Hey, hi all, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes,
Okay, so there are a lot of queries actually. Okay, so from last 2 days, you guys have been asking a lot of queries. So I'll try to clear all the queries today. So whatever questions you have, you just ask all the queries so that I'll clear all the queries in the last, but I'll just give you an overview of what we are going to give you for these 4 months and also what you can expect from us and what we are expecting from you. Okay, and also I'll give you a brief of every opportunity that we can make out of DevOps. Okay, so these are the things what we discussed today. Okay, so if you have any queries, just post them or you can ask me in the end. Okay, you guys can unmute and you can ask me whatever question comes to your mind. You can ask that question also. Okay, so I'll just show you like what we are going to do. Okay, so what we have promised and what you can expect. Okay, so generally, like I'll just scroll you the content. Okay, so whatever the content, what these PDF actually we have shared to everyone. So everyone have this PDF where we have stored all the content. If you do not have this, you guys can go to members.techitfactory. You can go to members.techitfactory.com. Then in the courses, you will have this here. Okay, so DevOps Job Ready course content. So if you see here, okay, so you can log in and you can get it. Okay, so if you click on this, okay, you will have a PDF here. Okay, so in this PDF, like you'll get this, you can download this PDF and you can see what are the contents you have. You just need to log in, that's it. Okay, so you just need to log in and you can download this PDF. So you need to go to members.techitfactory.com/courses. Right, so I'll just give you an overview of what we are going to do and also I'll show you the content first. Sorry, later. So what you can expect, first of all, DevOps job ready. Okay, so this is very important point, right? Most of you guys have been into the DevOps, but the problem is like you're unable to get the job or you're like you're not able to get people in the market to guide you to get into the jobs, right? So this is where we are focusing most of the things. Okay, so whenever we are talking about DevOps, we have bunch of technologies, like around 8 or 9 technologies comes into the picture. So the first thing is Linux Bash scripting. Right, these two are very important basics of everything. Like it's not only for DevOps, even if you go for data engineering, you go for whatever technology it is, whatever there in the market. Okay, so you have to more like you have to know Linux and Bash scripting. Okay, these are the basics of or basis of everything. Okay, so after that, the most important thing is Agile Scrum. So if you open a LinkedIn or Naukri, whatever the job portal it might be, if you open and check in any job portal, it's very important that you know Agile or Scrum. Most of the jobs are asking for Agile. Okay, so if you do not know what is Agile, how you work in the Agile process, it's very difficult for you to survive in the job. Even though if you know all the technologies perfectly, and if you're not answering something about Agile Scrum, when you are going with some of the experiences, like most of you guys are going with experience, right? So when you go with experience, they will expect you to know what is Agile. So how you do daily stand-ups, okay? So how you do daily how you do sprints and how you schedule your sprints and how you manage your day-to-day tasks using agile process. Okay, so that is very important thing. Next is Git and GitHub. This is also like a basic version controlling tool that you need to know whatever technology if you are in development, if you are in administration, if you are in testing, if you are in data side, the AI, ML, whatever it might be. how many technologies, whatever it might be in the market, it's very important that you know what is Git and GitHub, how you manage it, because all the code, whatever you are writing, you will be storing it in Git and GitHub or a similar tools like Bitbucket. Okay, so we'll be covering these four in the initial phase. So it's very important that you should know all these four, because this is what the basics and base of DevOps. Without knowing these four, you cannot survive in the market. Next thing comes is cloud. Okay, so we are going with AWS. Okay, so AWS is the one which is everyone knows that this is a leader in the market right now. So we are going with the AWS. And one more important thing is, when I'm saying Linux, Bash, Agile, and Git and GitHub are basics of everything, cloud is what like you deploy, like whatever technology it might be. Again, like if I list all the technologies, 90% of the technologies are being deployed into the cloud, right? So it might be AWS, it might be Azure, it might be GCP, whatever cloud it is, but you have to be master in one cloud. Then comes Ansible. Okay, Ansible is the one which is a configuration tool, which is very important for you to know whenever you're working as a DevOps engineer, because all the configurations, for example, if you have 1,000 servers, okay, how you manage the configuration inside these servers using Ansible, because we cannot go into individual server and we cannot run our script, or we cannot run our commands. Even though if we have bash scripting is the one where you can execute bunch of Unix Linux commands at one shot. But the problem with the bash scripting is, if you have 1,000 servers, you need to go into every server and you need to run that bash script, right? So because of that, it will be also a time taking process. For example, if you are running something with Linux, if it is taking 10 days, with bash scripting it will take 8 days, right? With Ansible it will take 1 hour. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay, so it will bring, like it will make your automation very handy. Okay, so that is the reason why Ansible is very important, and also most of the companies are asking Ansible. Next comes the big players, that is Terraform, then your, you can say Docker, or you can say containers and K8s. Okay, again here when I'm saying K8s, it is an orchestration tool. Okay, I'll let, like whenever we are going inside of the Kubernetes, I'll let you know what is orchestration tool and how it works and all that stuff. Okay, but there are other technologies as well, which are Red Hat OpenShift. Okay, so for containers, we'll be going with the Dockers. Guys, please switch off your camera. Like I'll take your questions later. Okay, so this is what like the thing. Okay, so if you see here bigger picture, so I have given Linux, Bash, Agile, GitHub with AWS Cloud, Ansible, Terraform, Kubernetes, and containers and Kubernetes. So why I have listed like this, like if you see here, this is the first stack, I'll say. Okay, so when I'm saying first stack, right? When I'm saying it as first stack, so after completion of this, okay, so whenever you complete all these four, you can try for the Linux administration job. Okay, it's not that we are going to give you everything of Linux. Okay, so Linux is the one which will take years to learn. Okay, so like if you want to learn complete what is Linux, okay, so but we'll give you what is required for the DevOps, and also you can enhance your skills. Okay, so you can enhance your skills so that you can also go for the Linux administration job when you go through these four technologies. Then when cloud comes into the picture, right, when cloud and Ansible comes into the picture, you can go for advanced Linux administrator. Okay, so when I'm saying advanced Linux administrator, this is for 0 through 3 years of experience people. This is for 3 to 6, 3 to 8, 3 to 9, whatever it might be. Okay, so it's 3 to 6 plus. Okay, So after completion of 2 months also you guys can start trying for jobs. That is what my agenda, like that is what I wanted to convey here. Okay, so this is one stack. Then comes the cloud engineer, right? When you have completed, when you complete Linux Bash, Agile, Git, GitHub and AWS with Ansible or without Ansible, you can try for cloud engineer. Okay, so in cloud engineer again, like you can go for cloud admin, that is AWS admin, okay, or AWS associate, but not AWS developer. Okay, this we cannot do. Okay, you can go for AWS admin or AWS associate. You can try for this stack as well once you complete your cloud. Then there is another add-on for this, that is automation, cloud automation engineer. This comes into the picture when you finish your Terraform. Okay, so when you finish your Terraform with cloud, so you can go for jobs called cloud automation engineer. Okay, this is like now we have one, two, three, four kind of jobs you can do. Okay, so I have missed one thing, that is Jenkins, right? So this is the main part of the DevOps. So when we are completing Jenkins, then you can try for a DevOps engineer. Okay, but this is still incomplete. Once you complete your Kubernetes, Docker Kubernetes, okay, you can also try for Kubernetes engineer. Okay, there are, like if you go and check in the LinkedIn, you can search for Linux admin, you will get jobs. Advanced Linux admin, you will get jobs. Cloud engineer, you will see jobs. Cloud automation engineer, you will see jobs. And also, if you go and check for Kubernetes engineering, you will also see jobs. Then on top of this, you will have DevOps. Okay, so after 4 months of completion, okay, so after 4 months of this course, you can try out for one, two, three, four, five, six stacks. Okay, so like you can try out for six jobs. So it is not that you have to spend continuously 4 months. Okay, between, like after 2 months also, you guys can go for your like you can put your resumes and you can see like how the market is and what are the questions they are asking. You can gather a lot of information, and in between you might also get a job. Okay, so there are six stacks. Okay, so there are altogether six stacks. Okay, so this is for 4 months, right? So after 4 months, there will be a project. A lot of people have a perception like how many projects you are going to tell. Okay, so this is not a college or something. Okay, so when you go into the college, so for example, AWS EC2, deploy HTTPD on this, create a web server, create a page. Okay, this is one project. Okay, but this is what is a simple thing. Okay, so this is not, this is kind of a college project, or this is kind of a practicing EC2 project. Okay, so this doesn't work at all in the real time. Okay, so when I'm saying project, it's a single project and it will be end to end. Okay, so whenever I'm saying end to end, it's a real world project. Means we'll give you complete idea of how it will be. You already know DevOps, you will be implementing this on your own. We'll guide you everything. Okay, we'll guide you everything on how to do it, and you'll be doing on your own. It will be like a real world project, and after this project, you know what is happening, and you will be ready for the job. Okay, so that is for sure. Okay, so we'll give you complete assurance that after doing this, after completing all the tasks, after giving after completing all the tasks individually here, and also after completing your project, you will be job ready. Okay, so that is the main reason why we have made it as job ready program. And also you will have mock interviews. We'll also help you in building your resumes, and also will help you in how to push your resumes. Okay, will also help you to push your resumes to job portals, right? And also a lot of people are asking like you have like have you are you providing any placements by our own? Okay, as of now, we are not promising anything that we are giving you the play, like we are providing the placement kind, but definitely if something comes in our way, we'll definitely help you. But whenever everything, like whatever I have mentioned till now, okay, so whenever you are coming to this point, this is very easy. Okay, placements getting in the market is very easy because there are a lot of openings. Even I have done a video yesterday in our channel. You guys can go and check, like there are openings. Okay, so it's nothing like it's completely dry. Okay, so yeah, that is about what we are going to cover. Okay, someone had a question. Just can you please ask? Guys, anyone, any doubts till now? Logs and monitoring, right? Yeah, I missed it. Okay, sorry, I completely missed it. We are also providing you Prometheus and Grafana. Okay, you also get Prometheus and Grafana where you can see how the monitoring can be done. Okay, let me go to the course content now. Okay, so the course content. Okay, so Linux, you see the Linux right here. Okay, so this is most of the time it is with respect to DevOps. Okay, it's not that we'll be having only this content. Definitely, there will be a lot of add-ons. Okay, but whatever we have printed here, right? This is what required for the DevOps. Okay, so when I'm saying required for the DevOps, this is what you need when you are going for only DevOps. Okay, so if you are going for if you are targeting for a job in DevOps, you should know how to manage your Linux. For example, if someone has to give you a permission, you should know how to give permissions. You know how to install a package. You know how to check a process. You need to troubleshoot a basic application. Okay, because you might get a scenario where you will be deploying your application in Linux or in a VM box, right? Whenever you are deploying in the VMware, okay, or in virtual machine server, so you should definitely know basics of how to manage it. Okay, so that is where we'll be helping you in knowing the Linux. Then comes the bigger thing, that is bash scripting. Bash scripting is very, very important and very helpful because it is not that you have to do if you have to go into a job and you need to write bunch of scripts or you need to write a lot of development stuff, right? It's not like that, but at least you should know how to read a file because there will be lot of organizations which are already into the DevOps. Already they have written scripts, already they have the development has been completed. So at that point of time, you should know how to read a script. How at least you should say like, okay, this is what this line is doing. Okay, so why this exits has been written? Why there are traps? What are arrays? What is looping? For example, someone says like write an if statement, like how to write an if statement, how to write a loop. Okay, so these are all very important things that you should know because uh, not that you are going to write scripts, but at least you should have the ability to read the scripts because a lot of interviews right nowadays they're also asking you to read the scripts instead of writing the script. They're asking you to read the script because a lot of people whenever they are asking to write the script, they are going into the chat gpt or they're just opening their mobile or there's some AI and they are just getting some idea of that script and they are just giving that back. Okay, so now interviewers also like we are the people who do interviews, right? So now what they are doing, they are opening the scripts and they are asking you to read the script. At least like you should know that, right? So that is the reason why bash scripting is very important. And if you see here, bash scripting will cover most of the things. Okay, so when I'm saying most of the things, will give complete picture. Okay, so it's not like we miss something, but yeah, will give you complete picture of what is bash scripting and how you can implement bash scripting. Next comes the agile scrum for DevOps. So like I said, like learning all the technologies, like whatever the technologies, whatever we have mentioned till now, right? So we we are going to give you everything of the technologies. But when you move into the real time, okay, so for example, if you go into the real one of the MNCs and you say like you have already worked for 3 years or 4 years, now comes the Agile, like Agile comes into the picture. So whenever you step into the organization, the first thing they'll ask you to open your Jira, okay, or whatever the tool it might be, okay. So they'll ask you to open your Jira and they'll ask you to give your updates, okay. So what you have done today, what you have done yesterday, what you are going to do today, and what will be the plan for tomorrow, okay. So all this stuff, okay. So what are the sprints? Because for example, someone has given you a task, a simple task, right? How much time you will take for this? Like, like everyone will have their own perception, right? For example, I'll say I'll complete it in 1 day. Okay. Otherwise, someone will say no, like it will take 7 days. Someone will say it will take 10 days, right? So to make things, okay. So for example, this task I need in 2 days, right? So to make things in a possible way, or to define a time to when you need to complete a task, there Agile Scrum comes into the picture. There we'll call it as sprints. Okay, so one sprint will have 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It depends on the organization. But what all those things, like what is a sprint, what is Agile Scrum, what are the roles, artifacts, what is an epic, how you define them. Okay, so we'll talk everything, like what are the daily tasks for Agile, what is Kanban boards, what is boards in Jira. So we'll discuss all those stuff in the Agile Scrum. So this is very simple, but very important. Okay, so it will take 3 to 4 days, but it is like everything, like whatever we do revolves around Agile Scrum. Next comes Git and GitHub. Most of you guys know what is a version control tool. So we'll try to cover most of the Git and GitHub. I just mentioned only few things here, but we're gonna cover a handy of what is Git and GitHub, which is required for a DevOps engineer in the real time to work on, right? Next comes AWS Cloud. AWS Cloud also like whatever is required for a DevOps engineer, right? So as a DevOps engineer, you should know what is IAM. You should know what are the policies, permissions. You should know what are the AWS services to install. Networking is very, very important. Like what is a VPC, what is network access control is, what are VPC endpoints, what is peering, what is VPN. Okay. Then comes your compute services, EC2 basics, and also EC2 key pace operations. Then what is ECS, what is EKS. This is just an overview of what is ECS and what is EKS. Okay, so whenever we are going to complete Kubernetes, you'll get a complete picture of what is EKS. But we'll just give you a brief of what is EKS here in AWS. Otherwise, we'll push that to the Kubernetes class. Okay, so next comes your storage services and also load balancers and how you do auto scale. This is more than enough for a DevOps engineer to know. Okay, so there will be one add on here. There will be one database. Okay, so we'll add one database so that we'll know how database works in the AWS. Then comes your Jenkins. Jenkins comes into the picture. So this is again like as a DevOps engineer, this is what the heart of CI/CD, right? So it might be any tool in the market. Okay, so there are a lot of alternatives for Jenkins. There is GitLab CI/CD. There is Bamboo. There is Circle CI, but Jenkins is the one which is on top. Okay, so most of the organizations are asking for Jenkins. If you open your LinkedIn, okay, or Naukri, you will see Jenkins or GitLab. Okay, so Jenkins is the one which is most popular and which is still most popularly used tool. Okay, so if you see here, we'll cover everything what is required for Jenkins and Maven, and also we'll cover SonarQube here. So whatever Nexus as well. Okay, so whatever it is required for the Jenkins. Next comes Terraform. Okay, so here whenever I say Azure, okay, so this is typo. Actually, it is AWS. Okay, so it is replaced with AWS here. So Terraform as well. Okay, so it is not like you just directly go and create some infrastructure on the AWS or infrastructure on the Azure, right? You should first know what is Terraform actually. Most of the institutes or most of the YouTube channels are missing this. Okay, so they are not describing what is Terraform first. How you create variables, what are modules, expressions, functions, backend and state files, what are workspaces. Okay, how you work with the providers. Then what is like how you work with the resources. What exactly is configuration language? How you work with HCL. Okay, and also what is the state functionality? How you test a basic module, right? So without knowing this, if you go and try to create a workflow on AWS or Azure, that doesn't work. Because most of the people, okay, so whenever I see most of the documents or most of the videos, most of the courses will have this stuff. Okay, so they directly go into the AWS or Azure and they will launch one EC2 instance and they'll randomly will tell that what is a module, okay, and they'll just go ahead with the course. But that doesn't work when you does not know what is Terraform itself, right? So that is the reason why we have mentioned what is Terraform first. We'll go through what is a Terraform, then only you will work on launching your resources using Terraform. Okay, so then comes Docker and Kubernetes again. If you see here, we're gonna cover everything in Docker and Kubernetes, right? Whatever is required for your DevOps. So whenever I'm saying Kubernetes, it is mostly of CKAD. We'll be covering most of the CKAD, okay, which is Kubernetes developer part. So we'll cover completely on what is Docker installations, and what are Docker commands, Docker volumes. Because most of the organizations right now, whenever you go for interviews, they will ask a lot of Docker commands. Okay, so Docker commands to know are very important. And also, what is Kubernetes? Kubernetes is like a mandatory tool. Whenever I'm saying Kubernetes and Terraform, right? Kubernetes and Terraform are mandatory tools for you to get a job in DevOps. Without knowing these two technologies, you cannot survive in the market, and you will not get calls. That is for sure. If you doesn't know what is Kubernetes, if you miss one Kubernetes, also like if you know complete stack and if you have not mentioned Kubernetes in your resume, you will not get a call. And also Terraform as well. If you mention Kubernetes and if you are not mentioning Terraform in your resume, you will definitely not get a call. Okay, so the calls will be very much less. Then comes the Ansible. Okay, so Ansible also, like if you see, because most of the things in Ansible, it's not like we are going to see what is a playbook, what is a role, and we'll go off. Okay, so it's not like that. So if you see the content here, okay, so we are providing complete content what is required for the Ansible, right? So how to install, what are ad hoc commands, what are playbooks, what are variables to work with, what are facts, what are Jinja templates, what are Ansible roles, and how to troubleshoot Ansible. Okay, so all the things comes into the picture when I'm talking about Ansible. Then comes Prometheus and Grafana. Okay, so in Prometheus and Grafana also, we'll be showing the realistic picture of how that works in the real time. Okay, so we'll also show you few of the exporters, like how it works in the real time. It's very important that you should understand what is Prometheus and Grafana, because how monitoring works. You are not going to be a monitoring administrator, or you are not going to develop something out of the box in the Prometheus and Grafana, but most of the time we'll be working as a DevOps engineers. We do only monitoring of our stack. Okay, I mean, when I'm saying our stack, if you are deploying your application in the Kubernetes, we'll be monitoring our Kubernetes. If you are deploying your application on the VMs, we'll be monitoring only VMs. Okay, so whatever we deploy, we monitor that. We are not going to be the owners of Prometheus and Grafana. Okay, so we should know how to run a pipeline where we can deploy our exporters into the Prometheus and Grafana. Okay, so then comes project end-to-end resume building and mock interviews. I've already discussed on this. Okay, and this is the conclusion, guys. Like, thank you very much. And the most important thing here is 4 months. If you give your 4 months, okay, so if you are 100%, okay, we'll assure you the job. Okay, you need to complete all the tasks whatever we give. Okay, you need to be there. Okay, you should not miss any classes. Be here. Okay, so because you don't get people, okay, so who are eager to teach you, right? So this something like you will see out of the box when you are coming to this course. You will get you if you have any questions, we are here to clear all your queries, and we are here to help you out. Okay, so you'll get all the information whatever you want. Okay, if you have any questions, you guys can ask. Okay, so even if you want to ask anything in Telugu, you guys can ask. Okay, and also if someone is not sure, like if you don't understand Telugu, don't worry. We are not going to give the course in Telugu. It's completely in English. Okay, guys, this is a session where you need to ask questions. Okay, so మీకు ఏమైనా questions ఉంటే అడగండి, so that I'll try to clear you guys. Okay, one more important thing is you'll get all the documents. Okay, ప్రతి course కి you will get a PDF. Okay, and also you'll get all the commands what we execute. Okay, and also we'll try to provide you the history commands. Okay, so మనం ఏదైతే రన్ చేస్తామో ఆ రోజు, okay, so whatever we are running on that day, okay, so we'll also try to provide you all the history commands. Okay, so don't worry about the documentation of what we'll give, what we provide. We'll give you everything what we are doing it here. Grafana needed for a cloud engineer, it totally depends, bro. So whenever you are talking about a monitoring tool, it totally depends on the organizations. Some of the organizations are using Prometheus and Grafana, some of the organizations are using ELK, some of the organizations will use CloudWatch. Okay, only CloudWatch ఉందనుకోండి, like if you have only CloudWatch, sorry, if you have only AWS, most of the people will go with CloudWatch. Because again, like why you need to bring Prometheus and Grafana, even open source, right? So if you have stack of only AWS, which is not possible right now, most of the organizations have multi-cloud. Okay, some of the resources are in AWS, some of the resources on Azure, some are in Google Cloud. Okay, so there are many organizations which are using multi-cloud. That is the reason why Terraform is the one which comes into the picture, right? Otherwise, if I have only AWS, I would have given you what is cloud formation. If I have only Azure, I would have given Azure templates. Why we need to go with Terraform? Because of the multi-cloud. Okay, so because there are a lot of clouds coming into the picture in the organizations, the reason why these open sources are becoming very popular, like Terraform, Prometheus, and Grafana, even Kubernetes, whenever you say Ansible. Okay, so one more important thing is whatever I have listed here. Bro? Azure? You talked about Azure. Azure also like Azure? Azure Cloud కూడా Azure Cloud LPM, I'll give you an e-course add-on. E-course. So, yeah, that is only for people who knows Telugu. Okay. Yeah. One important thing is whatever we have listed here, right? Everything is an open source. Okay, except the cloud. So where we deploying our resources, except the cloud, everything is an open source. Whenever I'm saying open source, like it's free to use, right? That is the reason why most of the organizations are moving towards DevOps as well. Yeah, bro. Someone is asking a question. Go ahead, guys. Yeah, man.
మీరు చెప్పారు కదా, యూ విల్ బి ప్రొవైడింగ్ సమ్ యాడ్-ఆన్స్. ఇది వన్స్ అంటే ఆల్మోస్ట్ everyday class continue and class already
add-ons last close అండి, like you'll get add-ons in the end. That in the end, that is an e-course, like whoever knows Telugu, like వాళ్ళకి మాత్రమే వస్తుంది.
పర్లేదు, ఇప్పుడు మామూలుగా తెలుగు కదా, వన్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఫీ పే చేసిన తర్వాత ఇఫ్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఫ్రీ టైంలో చదువుకోవడానికి ఉంటుంది కదా, సో విల్ ఇట్ బి ఓకే ఇఫ్ యూ ప్రొవైడ్ ఇట్ ఎట్ ద బిగినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద కోర్స్ అండ్ వన్స్ ఫ్రీ
చూస్తాను అంటే మీకు బిగినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద కోర్స్ అంటే మీకు మళ్ళీ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయిపోతారు మీరు, అందుకోసం బిగినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద కోర్స్ తెలుసు.
అంటే మీరు ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేశారు కదా, లైనెక్స్ వర్చువల్ సంథింగ్.
అవునవును.
అంటే అది రియల్ టైమ్ లైనెక్స్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ కి చాలా క్లోజ్ అని, అది అయిపోయిన తర్వాత యూ సెట్ అండ్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద వీడియోస్ దట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దమ్ got placed who done that program.
అవునవును.
సో సైమల్టేనియస్గా ఇన్ కేస్ టైం ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి బికాస్ కరెంట్లీ నేను జాబ్లెస్, సో నాకు టైం ఉంది
Okay.
కాబట్టి ఐ గో త్రూ ఇఫ్ ఇన్ కేస్
Yeah, yeah,
అది మీకు
choose that.
ఇష్యూ కాకపోతే.
Yeah, yeah, that you can give. That is not a problem actually. That
అండ్
Linux
ఇది
and all will give.
అండ్ ఇది ఆల్రెడీ మీరు చెప్పేశారు కదా ఇదంతా, ద కోర్స్ కంటెంట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, కోర్స్ నార్మల్ కంటిన్యూషన్ ఇది జస్ట్ ఫర్ 2 days ఇలా చేద్దాం అనుకున్నారా?
ఇది ఏంటి అంటే like lot of people have the queries of what we are going to give. Okay, so most of the guys have not again like having lot of questions on how we are doing, what we are doing.
ఓకే, ఓకే.
Okay, so to just clarify like what we are doing and what exactly you guys are expecting or what are the expectations.
యా.
Okay, so that I wanted to clear it out.
అండ్ ఫ్రమ్ టుమారో విల్ హ్యావ్ నార్మల్ సెషన్స్ అన్నమాట.
Yeah, yeah, from tomorrow it will be normal.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. అండ్ ఇఫ్ ఇన్ కేస్ మీరు ఏమనుకోకపోతే ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ జస్ట్ ప్రొవైడ్ దోస్ లైనక్స్ యాడ్ మీ టెక్ ఐటీ ఫ్యాక్టరీలో ఉన్నవి కదా, సో యూ సెట్ ఫ్యూ యాడ్స్, అది సైమల్టేనియస్గా కనుక మీకు ఏం
Yeah, yeah,
ప్రాబ్లం.
we'll discuss on that. I'll let you know on that.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Okay, guys, if you have still any questions, GitLab CI/CD course you mentioned Jenkins is lacking its market. Then why you are teaching? I didn't say it's lacking. Okay. Okay, bro, it's not lacking or something. Okay, it's something like where the plugins, whatever the plugins are there in the Jenkins have been orphaned, most of the Jenkins plugins. So that is the reason why market is also moving towards GitLab CI/CD. But if you see the Indian market, right, if you go and see, Jenkins and GitLab are the most popular things which people are asking. Okay, so if you doesn't know any one of the tools, there will be a problem. Okay, so Jenkins or GitLab, anything is fine. But the problem with Jenkins is most of the plugins, okay, everything is an open source, so they are being orphaned. Orphaned in the sense no one is there to develop them. Okay, so most of the things are very old. So that is the reason why market is also moving or tilting towards GitLab CI/CD. Okay, but if I go with GitLab CI/CD without Jenkins, again people will be more like tending towards Jenkins only. Okay, so that is the reason why we are going in Jenkins. GitLab is something which is an add-on right now. Okay, definitely it will help you. Okay, I'll just show you. Intention. Okay, so if you see here, it has Jenkins. And also they have Travis. Okay, so Manas sir, like right now we are not at all like in the Indian market. Travis or Circle CI, Bamboo, it's very rare. But when you go to US or UK, most of the people will ask for Bamboo. Okay, so it totally depends on the organization, but definitely these two are leading in the market right now. Jenkins, again here Jenkins. The advantage of learning GitLab CI/CD, like whenever you have Jenkins and also GitLab CI/CD, it will add more weightage. Okay, even though if you have only GitLab CI/CD, most of the organizations are hiring. You should know any one of the CI/CD tools. That is the major thing. You should know one tool at least, one CI/CD. When you know one CI/CD, it is obviously like you can do like it will work for all the tools. Like for example, if you see Ansible and Terraform here, but most of the people will also ask Chef, right? And when you see Kubernetes, most of the people will also ask OpenShift. Okay, so that is where like whenever you have one more technology in your pocket, there will be an advantage. Can we get day-to-day recordings? Yeah, yeah, you'll get day-to-day recordings. For freshers, right now it's very tough, guys. Like you maybe from 2024 quarter two you might see, but right now it's zero. Okay, so for freshers as a DevOps engineer, it's very less. Okay, so uh, again, like I've shown you here, right? When you go into LinkedIn and if you go for internship or entry level, or at least if you go for internship, you are seeing only three like junior DevOps engineer trainee. That is to in Bangalore, and one is in Gurgaon. Okay, and when you go with entry level, it will be like three plus. Okay, so two to three plus. Okay, so two to three plus there are good number of positions, but when you go for freshers, it's very tough. Enough for cloud engineer up to Terraform content is sufficient for any extra nothing. Anil, Terraform is good enough. Like you can go for the cloud automation engineer. Okay, like I said, from tomorrow it will be again like Linux classes will be there. So already we have done yesterday. Okay, so మనం ఆల్రెడీ ఒక క్లాస్ చేసినాము. Shankar has done one class. Thanks, Ishwar. No doubts. Okay, guys, ఇంకా ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. Like if you have any queries, just post them. Okay, and also every day we'll be here. Okay, so till 6 p.m. Okay, so 6 p.m. వరకు మేము ఇక్కడే ఉంటాము. Okay, whenever you have queries, you guys can come offline and you can ask. And also, you already know like we are in Dilsuk Nagar and also in KPHP. Okay, మీకు ఏది నియర్ అయితే whichever is near to you, you guys can walk in. Okay, and also we'll be every day will be there till 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. ఇక్కడ ఉంటాం. Okay, so you guys can ask all your queries, whatever queries you have. You guys can come down here and you can work. The major agenda is like everyone should get into the jobs. Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, that's it for today. Hope everyone got the clear picture. Okay, still you have any queries? If you don't want to ask online and if you want to ask offline, you guys can call us at 630-559-8849, which is in description and also which is in this. Okay, so you guys can call to these numbers 630-559-8849. Okay, or you can call at 369-123-675, 888-560-4323. You can call to any one of these numbers. Okay, guys. Any doubts లేకపోతే we'll wrap it up. What about doubts clearing for online people, bro? Yeah, every day there will be a doubt clearing session. Last 15-20 minutes it will be like doubt clearing ఉంటుంది. See, like I said, like we'll be here. Okay, so it's always your ఏమంటారు me time is important. Okay, so we are available here. Okay, so if you have any queries, you guys can ask us even after the class, even the next day of the class. Even if you miss that class, you can watch online and you can come on the next day and you can ask the doubts. ఓకే సో అందులో ఎక్కడ కూడా మీకు ఏ ప్రాబ్లం రాదు. ఓకే అండ్ ఆల్సో మీకు క్లాస్ మిస్ అయితే కూడా ఆన్లైన్ చూసుకోవచ్చు. ఓకే బట్ ఈరోజు చెప్పిన క్లాస్ రేపు వస్తుంది. ఓకే సో ఇట్స్ నాట్ లైక్ చెప్పగానే అప్లోడ్ చేయడం కుదరదు. ఓకే ఇట్స్ నాట్ లైక్ విల్ బీ డూయింగ్ ఇట్ ప్రాంప్ట్లీ బట్ ఇట్ విల్ కమ్ ఆన్ నెక్స్ట్ డే. ఓకే ఓకే గైస్ దట్స్ ఇట్ అండ్ హ్యావ్ ఎ గ్రేట్ డే అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ క్వెరీస్ డిస్కస్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్ బాయ్.